Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1. This is the Tier 4 division coming to you live for round number 17 of the season. We get into the business end of the championship. Not much left to be decided, but we do have a very heated championship going on here in this, and they'll provide the action for you tonight. My name is RSF1 Brundle, and I'm joined by the debutant in the comms box, a very respectable and very quick driver in the Tier 1 division. He raced last night at this very track. It is a Bamba Viking. So, good evening, Bamba.
Hello everyone, thanks very much, Brundle. So I'll be your co-commentator for tonight's Japanese Grand Prix, and hopefully it'll be a nice one.
Yes. Obviously, I asked you yesterday whether you've been watching this championship, and I do think you agree with me. This has been a very entertaining season so far, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Especially looking at the championship standings, it seems like it's a real good battle between Alfa Romeo and Red Bull for the constructors.
Yes, of course. As you say, Red Bull and Alpha have been locked together. But the lovely thing about this division, like pretty much all the divisions in RSF1, is they're very close. And you never know who's just going to be on it each week. We've got plenty of drivers that could win races on this grid. I actually went through all the F4 races the other day just to get these stats up about who's got the most wins, who's got the most podiums. Tidge is winning the championship, of course, but we'll get to that in a bit. But he's only had 3 wins, but he's had 8 podiums. So it is all about consistency and all that. But I don't know if you've led a championship before, Bamba, but the pressure of getting the job done, especially this late in the season now, it's been pressured. You know who your targets are, but I guess the best thing to do is just basically go about your business.
Yeah, definitely. Like at the moment, I believe I'm 7th in the championship in F1, and like I'm stressed over it. I think any driver could just come up and take it off me. So I'd wonder what it's like for the people leading the championship to come in, week out, and get good results. It must be very tough.
Yes, beginning of Q1 now. 18 tonight, which is a good turnout. They always seem to have a good turnout here tonight in F4, so all is good. No new drivers, I think, yet, so we got our usuals here tonight. No notable absentees, although we do have 2 missing, but out they go around this track. So, here at Japan, and I label this track, Bamba, as one of the drivers' circuits, like Spa, in as much as it's very demanding, this track, isn't it? There's a lot of corners around here that can really catch you out. You've got the S's, you've got the curbs that can throw you. 130R, not as dangerous, but can still throw you if you're not giving it too much respect. Is that your same view?
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, looking at the cars go around, it seems like quite a wide racetrack, but when you're actually driving, these cars are so wide that it narrows in, and it's very easy to put a wheel on the grass, lose it on the braking, or put a wheel on the curb and lose it. It's really, really tight, and it really depends on getting those swooping corners like Spoon, turn 1, turn 2, the S's. It all depends on the first part of entry to gain time, and yeah, it's really difficult, but it's one of my favourites anyway.
It's one of my worst. So we got the 2 opposites here in the com box. So we've got one that I've never done well here. I've probably explained to me as a driver, I don't really like driving, although I like Spa. It's just this one I cannot handle. It's the S's.
Yeah.
It is all about the S's. It's the first sector, isn't it? If you nail the first sector, you're on for a good lap.
Definitely,
but it's a very fine line of getting it right.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so speaking of Q1, they're just going around their laps now. So while they do that, we're going to go. What's happened?
Looking at Repster there, he's lost it. I think it's his 3rd time losing. He's crashed into the wall. The exit at Egner 1. lost his wing.
Yeah, he was saying in a party with me before this race, he's not. Oh, he's a lucky boy there, but
He got to reset the track.
Yeah, he reset the track right in front of everyone else. He's really struggling around here. Is Rebster, so yeah, he's he said if he gets points, he'll be very, very happy indeed. So keep an eye on him. While we've got time, let's talk about last week's race. So last week's race was the Russian Grand Prix. Very entertaining race, but yet another story. It's Rebster's out. He crashed it.
He lost it, did
he? Yeah, I think so.
Two, it says. Oh, and there's Porter's round as well at the hairpin in the Haas.
Yeah, I see 4. Cannot see Rebster. Well, it's a shame for Rebster to be starting at the back for today. Right, so yeah, as I was saying, last week's race, very entertaining race, another piece in the jigsaw for the championship. In the end, it was won by McCracken, who headed home a Alpha 1-2. McCracken actually picking up his first win of the season. Seems amazing considering he's been up there with everybody else, but just shows that either his teammate or the late Tibitsi, who's now an F2, was taking most of the wins. But as I said, he led home a Alpha 1-2, which for the championship, as Bamble was saying, it really, this late in the season, to get a 1-2, especially when you're fighting for the title, Bamble, it's a big opportunity. But now the pressure is on McCracken and Tijosaurus to continue that momentum now, because it can very easily change.
Yeah, and it looks like Tej is doing it right now. You know, he's 5/10 ahead of second at the moment, so it's quite a sizable gap so far. I wonder if that'll come down any. Looks like everyone's on soft hards apart from Ted in 15th. He's on the hards.
Yeah, so McCracken actually won by less than a tenth of a second as he power slided across the last corner, only just about won. But he won with Tijosaurus in second place. RSF1 Junior got third place after starting 11th, had a very good comeback through the field. A bit frustrated with his qualifying session, so Junior, there he is, will be eager to correct that wrong from last week and see how he can do. He's up there, which is good to see. It's good to see getting his pace back. Primus Gaming, who is in line or in the fight for the championship with Tijosaurus, had a little bit of a setback last week, although he still finished 4th, but obviously he was 2 places behind Tijosaurus. So again, if he's got to beat Tijosaurus, he's got to beat him in the remaining races. So he came home 4th place. Timmer, the ever reliable Timmer, very consistent Timmer, finished in 5th place. Raikkonen, the birthday boy from last week, he finished in 6th place. And then we have another good performer, was Rebster, qualified I think 14th, ended up 7th. Dude Eagle was 8th, with Scotsman 9th, and BVB4 picked up the last point. So, Bamba, what does that do for the standings?
Yeah, so moment Tage is 23 points ahead of second, who was Primus in the Red Bull. And then it's 34 points from Tage down to McCracken in the Alpha. And then Red Bull, so it's like checkers at the moment. Alpha, Red Bull, Alpha, Red Bull. And then it's close gap, 4 points down to Raikkonen, who's on 134. And he's the closest of any other team, apart from Alpha and Red Bull. But in terms of the constructors, it seems like it'll be Alpha or Red Bull to win, because there's almost a 130 point gap to second place with 5 races remaining.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing as well. 5 races remain after this one, not the 4. And the reason being, Bambo, is because these guys had to redo a race from earlier this season, which had a problematic, and that race is Monaco. So even though
finish on.
Olfen getting a little bit sideways through the last chicane there. Yeah, so even if you feel you're that far away from your title rival, so that for example, Primus could come into Monaco 18 points still behind Hydrosaurus. He can still win.
That's true.
Because it's Monaco. It's Monaco, it's ridiculous. So, and that'll be the last race of the first season in RSF1. So these guys will have pretty much all the eyes of the league on them if we have a championship fight going into that, which I do hope happens.
Yeah, it'll be very exciting.
One thing that I noticed, and something I didn't realise when I went through the races, the stats, is Primus is second in the championship, Amber. He hasn't won a race yet.
He's had 5th. 4 races. Pretty good. That shows he's really consistent.
Yeah, he's had 5th, 5th. No, he's had 2nd 5 times. That's the way round. That's the way round I was looking for. Yeah, he's had 2nd 5 times this season. So he's always been so close, but yet so far. Although to be fair to him, the times he's got 2nd to Bitsy, who we all know what happened with him, he's now in F2, won those races. So, a bit unfortunate. And again, partly not to do with him, but still. Can you imagine if he actually won the season without winning a race?
I think Keke Rosberg did that, didn't he, in the early 80s? One of the only drivers to do so.
83, I think? 83 or 84?
They'd have a second Keke Rosberg on their hands.
Right, 7.5 minutes to go. Alco Saints in the Red Bull is one of the drivers yet to set a time here. Obviously, Rebster's out, so we'll be eliminating 2 others. Who do you reckon's in danger? I'd expect Alco to set a time to go through. So maybe looking at Orphan and Steve potentially, see what the other 2 can do.
Yeah, it seems at the moment there's only 2 people knocked out because of Rex's unfortunate retirement. And 3 people are yet to set a lap time, so when we're getting closer to the end of quality 1, we might see a shake up. Because Alco Saints is obviously 4th in the championship, and I expect Andy goes up to 7th. So Tedist and Tim are down in 16th and 18th in the cut-off. So,
Timmer goes 5th.
Nice lap from him.
Nice. Good lap from Timmer. Another good fact about Timmer, he is currently the person that has gained the most positions from his starting place in the season. He has made 67 places from the start of the season. So yeah, he does well. What the trend I've seen basically is he's qualified like 12th, 13th-ish, and those races he's gone up to like 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
So yeah, a very good racer, knows how to finish races and to keep the car clean. It's basically Timmer's strength there. So yeah, going on good. My most impressive driver for me, personally. Basically from where he was like last season I saw him. And now he has definitely improved in pace and consistency in bounds since last time. So all good. Let's see if he can finish the season on a high.
Yeah, he's currently 6th in the standings with a huge gap to 7th and not that far off 5th and 4th, so he keeps clinging and has some good races here. He could jump up.
Right, so just one more driver yet to set a time, and that's Tedist in the Ferrari. Does he have a bit of damage there, though?
Yeah,
He does.
yeah, his left end plate is gone.
Does he have enough time? 4 minutes 50 is a little bit pushing it from there, but I think he could be alright. Puts him in big trouble. I've noticed at the top there, Bamba, Junior's joined Tigosaurus in the 29 club, so
Yeah,
we
only
might
two.
have some competition there for Tigger's pole.
Sector 3, yellow flag. I think it's just Alonso going slow at the moment for his lap.
Primus is in a
Not
little
a-
bit of danger here. Here, 12th place on a 31-0.
Yeah, it says he's 8 tenths down on his sector 1 time as well.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah, he's in
fast
his,
lap, I don't think.
yeah, he's got his DRS in 0. So we're just setting up for the next lap. And Junior's pretty confident that he's going to make it through in secondary or third. Oh no, that's painful. This has made to wait in the Pickett's first teammate to roll into the garage.
I think they should still be okay. As long as they're leaving the pits with about 2 minutes, maybe 2 minute 10 to be safe, should be alright.
Yeah.
Ooh, 4 going very wide. No, not 4. Orphan going very wide at the 130R. Very struggling with this track at the moment as he begins his lap. Orphan's another one. He just sticks around no matter what pace he has. He could be like 2 minutes off of everybody else and he would still stay. There are many people, including myself, that need to look at Orphan very, very closely because he just sticks around the race. He never retires if he's like way, way behind. And well, his reward actually, he's in terms of positions gained, he's second behind Timmer by 4 places. He said I made a mistake at the end of the S's. He's okay. He's still got the wheels going, but I think that's his qualifying done.
Oh, very unlucky. Very unlucky. And I saw
Yeah,
Fleming there made a mistake at the Degners, one into the gravel, but I'm not sure if he'll get around. He'll probably be able to get around set another lap.
Both Ferraris have just gone through turn 1 with 2 minutes 15. They should be fine. Might need to push a little bit, but it should be okay.
Quakero's up in third. Still not,
Yeah, not bad. Ooh, Primus. Primus a bit struggling at the moment. His qualifying's finished. Should be safe.
Yeah.
But was he on track when he retired? No. He wasn't on track, I don't think. Right, minute 30 to go. So Orphans
just on board with
qualifying.
Steve. It's 2 tenths down first sector. He's on the cut-off point, but he should be safe. Yeah,
Between Steve and Tedis now, I think. Right, it's all down to Tedis and Steve. Steve is a few tenths down as he goes across the middle sector. Down still. Bit under pressure. Ooh. Seeing that control with the car. The back end, Kison spinning out a bit. Not going to. Oh, misses out by a tenth to improve, but I don't think he's got enough ERS to carry on. All down to Tedis.
Tore will be the last one to cross the line. You should be safe.
Right. Alonso's on a lap as well. He is. Alonso actually looked very promising in the practice sessions that these guys do. So Alonso might be a little dark horse to watch. He comes across to the middle sector. He's going to be up at his time, down by a second and a third. So no, he's not.
No, he doesn't. Tonight. Oh, that's alcohol. Fourth enters sector 1.
Pettis middle sector was a 13-1, so I think he's doing enough, if this is a clean lap, to get through into Q2 and to knock Steve out in the Mercedes. Does he do it? I think comfortably.
He does.
Yeah, he goes third.
Yeah. Well done from him. Unlucky for Steve to be knocked out, but that's racing.
Yeah, Fours backed off in the middle sector, so he's safe. All good. Everyone is finished. That's Q1. Fortunately, didn't see what Webster could have done in terms of lap times, but he has been struggling around this track, so he will start 18th. Orphan 17th in the Toro Rosso, and Steve in the Mercedes will start 16th. The lone Mercedes tonight. We are missing the Mercedes. Bennett, I think we're missing in the Mercedes. So, carrying the flag for Mercedes there down here in 16th. So, but you never know from those positions.
7th and 9th separated by 11 thousandths. That's so close.
Yes, that midfield. Midfield looks very close. So,
definitely
4 tenths from 4th to 11th. I think that was.
Yeah, it's really close.
Promising.
Yeah, as you said, it's really close from 3rd all the way down to, let's say, 10th there, and then first it's 4 tenths clear at the moment. He's got some pace around there.
So eliminated in Q1 is Steve in the Mercedes, Orphan in the Toro Rosso, and Webster in the Racing Point. And your top 3 from Bamba?
Tidge with a 129.4, joined by Junior with a 129.7, only 2 in the 29s, and Tedist, who was on the cusp of being knocked out, up in 3rd at the moment. So
yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Right, so into Q2. So this is where the interesting business comes into play, Bamba, because this is where strategy. So you did your race yesterday. You did, was it softs and mediums you did?
Yeah, I qualified on the softs and then went to mediums, yeah, on lap 9.
Okay, and now obviously having done that strategy, would you have said that's the correct one to do? Would you go the opposite, medium to soft?
Well, I'd say medium to soft is better because starting on the harder compound seems to give off better results in the long run, but if you want to make it through to Q3, and on this track you kind of want to because of the nature of it, it's quite tight and hard to overtake. So to get through the highest place in the grid, I just decided to start on softs, and it worked out pretty well to keep it consistent, getting the penalties.
Also, if you're starting on the harder compound, it's you got to keep with the leaders, don't you? Obviously,
yeah,
the better you do that in the first stint, then the less of a gap you're going to have on the faster, softer tyres you're going to have. So that's all the key here. So looking at it, only 5 of the 15 on soft tyres, but interestingly, Junior, who's one of the pace setters, is going on softs.
Yeah. Also, 3 drivers on hard, which was probably just the first lap of Q2 and then go on to something. But a good range of tyre compounds being used here in Q2.
Yeah, hards for Primus, hards for Alonso, mediums for Tidge. Would I be correct in saying if you do start on softs, you have to qualify near the front, you have to be the pace setter of the race?
Yeah, that's one of the risks as well over here. It's like, if you do well and you get through Q3 on the softs, which could work, but if there's other people who got through on the mediums and then they do better in Q3 than you and they start ahead of you, you have to get past them or else your race is ruined, because if you get stuck behind someone on a slower tyre, you lose a huge amount of time to the car ahead, and then you're going to be on a slightly slower strategy anyway, so it's a risky strat, but if someone could pull it off, then you might as well do it, you know.
Alonso's had a shaky start to this. He's already got damage on his left front from somewhere on those hard tyres, and that's the problem with the hard compounds, isn't it? They take a long time just to warm up and sort of wake up and just say, come on, we're doing qualifying here. It's a good couple of laps. You can't go 100% push on them, can you?
No, you can't. They're more susceptible to bumps and elevation across track. Like I know on the final corner, that bump that catches a lot of people out caught me out yesterday on the slower tyre on the because it takes so long to warm up, that every time you go over a bump it makes it worse than being on the softest. Like in the rain, you want the softest compound possible because then there's the most grip, so you have to be extremely careful. I see a lot of people also doing multiple laps on the same tyres to warm them up to a point where they're actually faster. Wonder if anybody will do it here.
Could you do something for a second? Your mic's crackling a bit apparently. If you untick the box and then tick it up again, that sometimes solves it. Be the party. I mean,
that's better.
We'll see in the chat to see if that's better. But it's weird because it crackles for some people and it doesn't crackle for others. Raikkonen sets the first lap on a 31.0, but then beat by half a second by Digisaurus. He is on it tonight. Very much on it tonight. Junior at 31.9 on the soft, so you got to be quick in that. Flaming 31.0.
5 thousandths between him and Raikkonen. Junior on
that's
soft.
another guy. That's another guy that wasn't here tonight. Timonique. Timonique's in the chat. Good evening, Timonique, and good evening to everyone else in the chat as well. 31.7 from Primus for Haas. That's
really good, yeah.
Not a bad lap. I don't think it'll be safe enough with how close this field is, but
it's a good biker.
Okay. Not bad. Dude Eagle. Where's that come from? 30.3. Quicker than Tegosaurus. Quaker, you expect that in the sauce. 30.0.
Ted is 31.4 on the hards. Ted first, right?
Either or. I call him Tedist. It just rolls off the tongue a bit easier, but
yeah.
Dude Eagle. Dude Eagle in the Renault. Dude Eagle's it's relatively new to Tier 4, I think. He's been here. He turns up for like a couple of races and then is away for a couple and then comes back in again. So yeah, I haven't really gauged him. Scotsman in the racing point, 30.0 as well. We've seen 29s in Q2, weren't we? It was 29.4 in Tidge.
Yeah, exactly. They probably will get in. This is 29's terrible.
Right, let's see what's not looking like much around. One stop, medium to hard. No, softs. Yeah, softs to medium, medium to softs. Timonique is really the strategy going for. Although, again, if you're going hard, it'd be like hard to softs, I presume. I guess.
Ooh.
Here's a weird one for me. Unless there's rain, which we haven't been told whether there's rain or not.
Yeah, that is a possibility, actually.
Anybody in the chat, if you're engineering somebody, weather conditions would be very, very helpful, because that would make, I guess, sense. There we go.
Is my mic any better? You know?
Timonique actually said in the chat your mic's fine. So again, I think it's certain people with the quality of they're watching the stream. I don't think it's anything your end.
Alright. Get your 310s up on this time. At the cross the line now.
Oh, thank you, Camo. Thank you. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. And I'm rubbing my hands with glee.
Wow.
Dry start, wet end to the race.
Ooh.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, how far in?
With that? How far in? So that does actually make sense with the fact that Primus and Alonso are trying to get through on hard tyres, because that could be very beneficial.
But then again, looking at certain drivers like Junior and Quaker Road Scotsman who are on the softs, and they're pretty decent lap times and stuff, so it looks like they're going to be starting on them. Not sure how it'll go.
Just going to take a quick look at my stats chart here. On the 15 we're looking at of who hasn't made it to Q3 before. Just going through that at the moment. So McCracken's already made it 12 times, so yeah, he's a regular. Timmer made it 9, so he's alright. Alco, yeah, 4. Where is 4? 4's made it 7 times, yeah, he's okay. Alonso has made, I'm sure Alonso's made it once. Where is Thomas? Yeah, 5 times Thomas made it. I don't think anybody, I think everybody here has made it to Q3 before. Looking at it. Oh, sorry, that's my stream coming in there. Wet 20 minutes in, apparently, according to Ammo, so thanks for that. 20 minutes in, that does make things interesting. Right, so what are we looking at? Alco. Alco's yet to set time. Alco again, and McCracken leaving it very... Oh, they've still got six minutes left, but it's still a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, it's quite late in actually to not set time. Oh,
Alco's
lost it. Oh, that's the curve on Dunlop. That's what happens if you put power down on it. Unfortunate.
Very lucky boy. Be very careful as the car's coming round. Spins it back round. Now, luckily enough for him.
Fifth on his teammate.
Nice, McCracken's on it as well. Eagle, that's in the pits, Bamber, isn't it? If you want to check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's comfortable.
Nice, so so luckily for Alco, he didn't lose a wheel or damage his car. So he can... He's got an option now. He either goes into the pits, get on fresh set of tyres, or can probably go again on those mediums, would have thought.
Yep.
2 laps on these. 2 laps on these wouldn't be too bad, would they?
But a lot depends on like how Cammy takes this basic warm-up lap, because once you spin it, it takes a while for the tyres to cool down. So looks like he will be going for another one because he has that 0 ERS and taking it slow.
Vettel fan giving you a shout out there, Bamber.
Well, man, Vettel, first point in a couple of races last night. Did well. Started at the back as well. He did.
He's saying it's your first time in comms.
Yeah.
First time in the comm box. Right. So who's in trouble? So out of the top 10 is Primus at the moment. Junior, Alonso, Alco Saints, and 4. 4's yet to set a time. Alco did a very slow lap, but obviously we saw the mistake he made. Let's see if he goes through the S's. See whether he makes that same mistake again.
Junior's well up, 1.5 seconds, so he should make it well into the top 10.
Yeah. See if he can he match the Alphas? Can he beat the Alphas? See what he can do. Oh, he beats them.
That's a really nice lap.
Fastest on medium tyres as well.
And 10th first follows him half a tenth down. Looks like the track is ramping up.
This is very good. This is very good. Very close times as well. Right, so Alco coming around the spoon curb at the moment. Vettel fan saying he should have deserved driver of the day yesterday. I can't remember who did. actually.
Yeah, he gained, I think Vettel gained up 9 positions, so he started from the very back, made it to the point, so yeah, I agree with him.
Blaming
Flaming
29s on softs. Here comes Alco. Got to be in that top 10.
Oh no!
Oh, only 11th. Oh, that's a problem. That's a big problem for Alco.
Primus is half a second up after second one. He's in 13th at the moment on mediums as well.
Could be enough. That middle sector's got to be very good. Right, so the problem for Alco is now is a third lap on medium tyres.
No, he's down by 6 tenths. He's giving up there.
Now what I'm thinking is if he goes a slow lap now and then goes again,
yeah,
would be my thought personally. That's the only thing he can do really. Tomo is a second up. Tomo's a second up coming into the final chicane. Can he keep that through cleanly? Very nicely. He does. Goes over the bump.
This will be enough for Primus.
Alonso goes 10th.
He was only 5 tenths up. Yeah, oh, he's invalidated. That's what's happened. Oh no, he hasn't. He's just not made. He's just not gone up.
Oh.
He was on the 31.7 and now he's on the 31 flat and he's still in 14th. So what's with the Red Bulls here?
Both Red Bulls struggling. I have noticed as well that
Alco says
McCracken...
pits. So looks like both Red Bulls are out. That's a shock, to be honest.
Yeah, Alco's out. Primus. And in 14th
Primus
as well.
Yeah, he just spun it in the S's there.
Mustn't be a good trap for the pair of them. That's the only thing I can think of. Must not like this track.
That the boat rivals got through to Q3. Well, at the moment anyway.
I tell you what as well is they... What?
Tom the Eco Maniac
Tom.
is just spun. The S's, that'll be...
Through the S's. Where is Tom? He's 9th at the moment. The person in danger, unless Alonso improves. Alonso's on the second lap now.
Oh, Torres gone.
Torres
lost as well. Done up. So it looks like Alonso's safe to
Alonso.
Let's Raikkonen.
No, he's not. Because Raikkonen's on a really... Well, he's about to begin a lap on the softs, and you'd expect Raikkonen to go to the top.
Well, he left a lot of time there on the table. 4 seconds to cross the line.
Got to find 2 tenths on a faster compound, so it's a bit of pressure for Raikkonen. But yeah, he's the only person left.
Yeah.
Because falls down. But Red Bull was 12th and 14th.
That is.
And as you say, both Alphas gone through the Q3.
Yep.
Right,
well, interesting
is already free.
Cage isn't the fastest of the mediums. He's the 4th fastest, so...
Well, he's a 10th and a bit off the fastest medium guy runner, so it's just very, very close.
Yeah.
The only thing that worries me is McCracken... Oh, Alonso, that was close. McCracken... And he just got through. This is the thing as well, if both Red Bulls were on pace, they had the opportunity to knock out at least one of the Alphas on this session, because they weren't very good. Alonso's just waiting with bated breath. Raikkonen's half a second up, as long as he gets the
looks like he'll get
final chicane right.
5th or 6th. He continues 5 tenths up.
Yep. Crosses the line and 30.2 through Tomo or Alonso just misses out on Q3 by 38 thousandths behind Tom Eco.
Very close. Well,
Will Spur, yeah, that's just a thing with Twitch at the moment. It's title of the stream, I definitely changed it to tier 4. Yeah, I definitely changed it to tier 4. It just reverts back to Division 1. I don't know why. It just refreshes back to Division 1, so that's why it says Division 1 on the title. Yeah, so this is tier 4. Anybody in the chat, this is tier 4. So there we go. So the big story. Both Red Bull's not on pace, although so there's either, because this ain't, obviously they say number, my surprise. So there's two things I'm thinking. Either they don't like Japan, or they have their setup for wet.
Well, park running rules isn't on, so I don't know if it would be that.
No.
Because you can run a...
Yeah, they can run a different setup. So
Yeah.
Right, so eliminated from Q2 is RSF1 Alonso, Alco Saints, Timmer 13th, Primus 14th, and RSF1 4 in the Haas 15th. And there is your top 10. All very close for those that set their times on the mediums, which is very, very promising. I think this could be a entertaining Q3 Bamber. That's what we like.
Yeah, exactly. And we have both McLarens, both Williams, and probably the biggest for the championship, both Alphas in the top 10. And not a single Red Bull.
Yeah, not a single Red Bull in sight. Right, so let me go through Russia, who got pole last time out. I should have remembered, it is Digisaurus. So can he get a second pole position in a row? I think if he does, there'll be a lot of competition for him, because there's a multitude of people that can get pole tonight. I reckon Junior. I think Junior's the closest competition that he has, but someone can nail the lap out of nowhere. Dude Eagle's up there as well. Who's your money on?
I'm not going for anyone, because from Q2 it looks like a lot of people have the pace. But maybe one of the Williams cars, the Flaming looked really quick in Q2.
Yeah, very well. Didn't see who was the first one out.
I believe it was Flaming.
Yes, Flaming is. So that will be the lap that we're going to do the... Oh, you're going to do the hot lap on, Mr. Bamber, so if you're fine doing it. Okay, so... Right, just before he does that, Flaming is actually one of the drivers yet to have a pole this season. So, see if he can break that trend. Tom Eco Maniac. I think Tom Eco... no, he's made Q3 before, so... Alright, take it away, Bamber. It's about to start.
Yep. So on board with Flaming into the Casio chicane. Very important to get a right exit out of here. Because of that bump on the exit, and he's starting his lap. Goes a bit wide actually before the line. Up to turn 1. Takes a nice line through here. It's more of a single corner, the first 2 corners, because they feed off each other. Same with the next 4 here. Takes a lot of curve, and short shifts on the exit of one of the S's. Looks like he's got a bit of unders there. Stays well away from the Dunlop curve on the inside. And not much braking into Degner 1, down to 4th into Degner 2. This is a tough hairpin because it's curved on braking. He goes down to 2nd, so he doesn't choose to use 1st. And he's nice on the power on the exit. Up the spoon. He goes up to 8th on the entry, and down to 6th. That's something that the F1 drivers don't do. Into sector 3 in one of the most famous corners on the planet, really, 130R, fully flat in these 2019 cars, even with the reduced downforce of the front wing. Very quite late for this gap to chicane because of the nature of it. And he exits in second over the bump and runs out of VRS for the line, but it's a 29.7. So that's his first time inside the 29s this session. And it's good enough to moment for the Scotsman in P2. But McCracken goes faster.
29.2.
Wow. That's wow.
Fastest lap tonight, 29.2. Beaten,
Junior.
29.0.
Wow.
Uh-oh, the bar is being raised.
So it was a clean lap from Fleming, but just time kind of lost everywhere, you know, little bits.
Yeah, little tiny bits everywhere, but Junior, nice. There. Tennis has gone off. Where's he gone off? He's gone off at Spoon midway through, takes out the Rolex sign. So, not very good.
That'll affect a lot of drivers, that.
Yeah, Tegosaurus interesting enough, as Tom Eco's got no front wing. He's dropped there somewhere. Yeah, Tegosaurus, interestingly, is only just coming out of the pit lane.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Maybe there was something he had to deal with there, but... Or is it tactical? Maybe he was waiting until everyone has set the bar. Maybe for him to go out. Raikkonen's just gone third on a
That's a very good time as well.
A while ago. Yeah, 29.5 for Raikkonen. Big night for Raikkonen. Still in the championship, but lately he has had a rough couple of races compared to his rivals. Needs to start bringing up some momentum. Tonight could be the night that he does so. Very good. Junior has not got a pole yet, although he's only been in Tier 4 for about 4 or 5 races. Yeah. So he's on that there. Raikkonen's had 2 before. Go on.
I wonder if Ted is validated here because he was on a lap. Yeah, I'd say he's putting into 0 ERS and he's going slow. So I wonder if he'll dive a bit of hits at the end of this and have one run, which is quite stressful, to be honest. There's a lot of pressure to get your hook up the perfect lap. You're only given one attempt in Q3.
One person I think will be very disappointed with that opening run is Dude Eagle. He was really good on the medium tyres. Although to be fair, some people, I'm the same. Can't get the softs to work, but can the mediums. It's the way, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, let's see what Tegosaurus can do as he begins his lap now down to turn 1. It's going to be very, very interesting on the first lap, obviously. Not a long run down to turn 1, so could be some very interesting happenings there. But going through the S's,
extremely clear. He keeps it at 6.
Yeah,
only down to 5th.
Very confident.
Corner. His lines range completely differently from Fleming's.
What confidence does to you is obviously he's got pole last time out. Narrowly missed out on the win last time out as well. It's just it's this good feeling, isn't it, when you've won a race last time out, you just take that forward to the next race.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, coming through Spoon Curve, very difficult these corners. Don't want to run too far wide because that would just minimise the speed you want as you want to carry this through. He's taking it. It's a very good lap so far, I reckon. This might be in the 28s, potentially. 12.5, how's that compare? 39.7. Oh, he's actually down by 3 tenths in the middle sector. Yeah.
The lap does look very nonchalant, very calm, and almost like
29.1.
So to be 3 tenths down in the middle sector and to be only half tenth off pole, that's something else.
He was 3 tenths up on the first sector, and then lost it all middle. Final set's pretty much nothing between them. So, well, this is looking good for Junior at the moment, and he's going to go on another lap with just under 4 minutes to go.
I wonder if that's set up because it looked like Tegosaurus in second sector wasn't like terrible, there wasn't any mistakes, it just looked like he would take it. So I wonder if it's a setup difference between Junior that's giving him the advantage in Sector 2 and Digisaurus the advantage in Sector 1.
Right, let's see what Flaming can do. Obviously Flaming was up there at the end of Q2. As he goes through the first sector. And he is... oh, he's near 3/10 up. That's a very good first sector from Flaming. Nice. So he's in this fight a little bit sideways. I think he hit the gravel a little bit on the second deck.
Oh, this first sector is actually faster than Junior's.
Very nice from Flaming. Still got the rest of the lap to go.
But interesting enough, Quaker holds the fastest first sector, 9,000 faster than Flaming.
Right, let's see middle sector from Flaming. We'll keep on board of him. Gonna set his next time. Keeps running the car onto the grass, isn't it? He's 3/10 up. He's running the limits of the track, which may slow him down into the chicane. Can he nail this? Decides not to go over the curb. Can he direct the bump? Yeah, takes that very nicely. It's going to be the 29s. 29.4 goes fourth, ahead of the two McLarens.
Nice lap.
Right, so who else is going to be next? Scotsman. He's on a slow lap. Dude Eagle is beginning a lap now. Still opportunities. Not Junior off his perch. Of course, Digisaurus and Junior are in the pits. Actually, are they going to go out in time? Not leaving the pits. I think they're done.
Tidge is out now. That's
just
really tight.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if he might go. Yeah, it looked like Junior's done.
Yeah, Junior's done. Tidge has got to rocket around this outlap. He's got to leave nothing on the table. I think if he's basically got to do a minute 30 lap on his outlap, which is not really that good preparation time, so he's leaving it very late. McCracken, I think, has made a mistake first sector, so he's done.
Well, he could get around
on a
again.
slow lap.
Not sure. Oh, Dude Eagle's 6/10, so I'll put him at 5th. 5th or 6th, split the McLarens.
Yeah, can we have yellow banana car in the mix of Dude Eagle coming across the lines? Going to be the 29s. Or 6.
Just this time, yeah.
Splits the McLarens. Quakerite is off. He's had a mistake on his lap that he has done. What's Dude Eagle? Scotsman. Scotsman's coming through. This is a good lap. And goes fourth.
Very nice.
Ahead of Flaming.
McCracken starting his lap now, his final one.
Where's Tidge? Tidge went flying through 130 yard. Junior's trying to get round again. He's nowhere. Tidge is just going to make it.
Yeah, Junior's not going to make it. I think Junior's
2 seconds to spare. Tidge has made it.
Jeez, and Junior hasn't.
Yeah, I think this could be a shootout between the two alphas. Because McCracken's just ahead of him.
If Junior doesn't get pole, that'll hurt him here. The fact that he missed out on setting it up. When the track is argued at its best.
There's the two alphas left. McCracken is a 10.5 up. First sector. Tidge. What can Tidge do? Does Tidge improve? Oh, just under a 10th. This is a shootout between them, actually.
Oh,
can they find enough?
Right in. Oh, he got a bit of a time slapper on the exit of the hairpin. Nearly went into the wall. Did well to save it, but...
Is he on a lap? Does it feel like he's on a lap?
Looks like only Alpha Romeo's on a lap now. That's it. Well, Raikkonen is, but I'm not sure if he'll improve with that time slapper.
See?
Yeah.
Always come right over the grass.
Down.
Ah, he's down. He's done.
So
right,
it'll be
McCracken.
And then Tidge.
I missed the middle sector. What can McCracken do? Can he knock Junior off the perch?
No.
He improves, but not enough. And here comes Digisaurus. Can he get pole position? He doesn't. Junior's got it. RSF1 Junior is on pole position for the very first time in Tier 4. He's going to be brilliant about that, but both Alphas, I think they'll be very happy with second and third, considering Red Bulls aren't even in the top 10. It's that momentum swing, they've carried it on from Russia.
Yep, well done to Junior. Like, to have Paul on your first run, he only did 1-1 in Q3, and it was enough to get him Paul by a 10th as well, so brilliant that from him.
What other things can we see from this turn? Q3, Raikkonen 6th. He's in the hunt, Raikkonen.
Yeah.
In 6th place, so
well, like two drivers who are ahead of him in the championship are outside top 10, so he's in a good position to take points off them at the moment.
Yeah. So here's your top 10. RSF1 Junior, only just by Digisaurus. Breaks the winning streak, I guess, or the pole streak that Digisaurus had of 1. Takes it away to grab his very first. Digisaurus there on the front row. He'll be happy with that. With McCracken. Be alongside a fellow Scotsman, the Scotsman, in 4th place in the Racing Point. Flaming in 5th in the Williams with Raikkonen 6th, Dude Eagle 7th, Quaker Oats 8th, Tedist in 9th, and Tom Ego in the Williams in 10th place. But as we all know, as me and you know, everyone in the chat knows, that's just qualifying. Yeah, and we've got a very exciting, very overcast race with the threat of rain ahead of us. So
it might not be nice to start us for the top 10, but having two extremely fast drivers like Alco Saints and Primus in 12th and 14th, that'll surely give a lot of entertainment.
A lot of support for Junior in the chat. Thank you very much, guys. Vettel fans saying RSF1 Junior F1 Esports Champion 2020. Yeah, Junior. He was in F2 for the first part of the season. I think for about 10 or so races, and I could tell he wasn't himself on it. Wasn't his usual pace. He's normally competing with me, but just needed something to get back, and he has done. And he's just enjoying his racing now. I could just tell by the way he's driving, or the way he's talking the races. He's always looking forward to these. It sometimes happens, doesn't it? You just get into a little rut, and you just need like a little breath of fresh air. Sometimes a different group of racers helps, and obviously he's got that. So, and he's just, we'll see. It's obviously, I reckon he can win a race. If it's not this race, win a race from now to the end, and then obviously we'll see what he can do next season. But good to see he's coming back, as everyone else quite rightly in the chat agrees.
Yeah, so just the short wait now until the race begins, the action starts.
Very well behaved. It's all good. I think the key here will be when the rain comes. It's very, very cloudy. So, and we've been told 20 minutes, but sometimes that doesn't always work out that way, does it, Bamper, with this game? So it's going to depend on when the rain comes. Obviously, there's a couple on softs, aren't there, in the top 10. They've got to pray that the rain comes very early, because their softs are going to start running out about lap 7, 8-ish. Is that about right? 7, 8, 9?
Well, it depends on how a certain driver manages them. You know, if they take it easy for the first couple of laps, I think they can extend the life of them. I went on laps yesterday and they felt pretty good. So, but then again, fresh mediums are always better, or fresh softs are always better than the tires you start on. So, wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people dived into the pits early. But then again, the rain will come, so We don't know yet how far into the race.
Yeah.
But
Obviously, the longer the rain holds off, the advantage of those outside the top 10 will then become clear. So even this thing I'm saying, even though the Red Bulls are on a bit of a back foot, 12th and 14th, as long as they can keep themselves clean in the race, the longer the rain holds off for it to come down, all of a sudden they're in the money. Because everyone else ahead of them is on worn tyres trying to get to that rain and they're struggling. And those on fresh tyres, they then start making moves. But it all depends on this rain. We know it's coming, but when is it going to be? And is it going to be hard enough for intermediate tyres as everybody starts readying up?
yeah, and don't count anyone out in this race. It is F4, remember, so if there was going to be a league that could do it, that could someone win from the back, it would probably be this one.
Right, so 18 drivers are going to take us around the Japanese Grand Prix tonight. 20 viewers watching at the moment. Thank you for your support as always as we get this underway. So do you want to take us through the grid?
Yeah, so on pole with a great lap is RSF1 Junior, starting on the medium tyres. He drifts around turn 1 as something else there. That's a good way to start.
Laugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. That's a perfect way to start the race there, Junior.
Yeah.
Drift around the whole of turn 1. There you go. Your tyres are warmed up. Right, carry on.
Exactly. We have Tijosaurus in the Alfa Romeo in second, again on the mediums. His teammate McCracken on the mediums as well, which is a great showing for the Alfa Romeo, especially because Red Bull are outside top 10. Scotsman 79, the Racing Point, first one of the soft runners in fourth, followed by Flame on softs as well. Then Raikkonen and McLaren split by Dude Eagle and the Renault on the mediums, and the Quake Roads on the softs. First Ferrari is Ted first. Then to close at the top 10 is Tom Ecomaniac, the Williams, followed by the second Ferrari, of course, F1 Alonso, and the big shock, Paco Sainz and Red Bull 12th, Timma and Renault 13th, Primus 14th in the second Red Bull, Tor in 15th, Steve in the Mercedes, the only Mercedes tonight, 16th, Orphan in the only, or second, not only Toro Rosso tonight, and 18th and last to complete the running is RSF1 Wrestler.
Thank you very much. So, interesting thing to point out here is Alonso is starting on fresh softs. And that could be a masterstroke because apparently in the chat it's 5 minutes to rain. So...
Typical Jeff.
Again, the forecast said 20 and it was coming down to 5. So, that then means the guys on the softs, they're going to make moves. So Scotsman, Flaming, Raikkonen, Quaker in the top 10. Even Alonso, they're going to make their moves and make their moves quickly, but calmly. So, Jesus.
Like Scotsman, Flaming, Raikkonen, if they get a move on here and they put pace in the first couple of laps, they get past people. You never know, they could run away with this because the front three, remember, are on mediums, and in colder conditions they don't work as well as those softer compounds.
Right, here we are, ready and set for the Japanese Grand Prix. I've got a terrible angle. Here we go, that's better. So 3, 4. I'm not going to go 4 or 5 lights. Okay, we'll just go to 3 lights, and away they go. Good start from McCracken in the middle. Getting into the lead. He's actually got ahead of Junior. Junior's gone back. The Scotsman in the Racing Point. I think going in between. And Junior, our pole man's gone down to 5th. There's midfield going through as well. But McCracken is leading this race. But Scotsman will make a miss. And Tyrannosaurus has gone sideways. He's off in the S's. Oh, big.
Oh, no.
Big drama for the championship leader. He's down to the back of the grid. No, he's ahead of Alco, who's been caught up in something. So, Tyrannosaurus sideways in the S's. He's got a lot of work to do, but Scotsman's now in the lead, using those soft tyres to an advantage. Going sideways though. Got drama already.
Crazy
stuff. Blaming up to third, Junior still with the leaders, which is good. He's in fourth. Quakerboat's fifth. Eagle sixth. Edist in seventh. Raikkonen in eighth. Eco, and then you've got Alonso on the soft tyres. He's still in 10th. Well, good. Primus has had a good start, up to 11th.
What a great start from Scotsman. Oh, he just flew into the middle. You see that? And then didn't back out, just went like that was so moving. To jump out of the miles. And now he's in the lead. Yeah. On the best tyres,
did exactly what he needed to do. What I said he needed to do, which is just get on with it on those soft tyres. Because now the advantage is on him. The rain is imminent. As Tennis is out in the Ferrari. Where's he gone?
First retirement.
Oh, he's in the pit wall. He's hit the bump and into the pit wall.
Oh, that bump catches so many people out.
So easy to do.
Primus.
Oh,
Primus is not wing.
Red Bulls are in the wars. Alco's in, Tim's in as well.
For Red Bull.
Still not over though, with Tigosaurus down near the back as well. With that rain, but
Flaming is putting pressure on McCracken here. Looks like McCracken is struggling.
Yeah, clouds are very, very dark. They are gathering overhead now as they go around. So, guys in the softs, I mean, Scotsman is pulling away up at the front, but now Flaming is in third with Junior. Quaker Oats there in fifth. Eagle separating the McLarens. Alonso's ninth. Steve's up to 10th. He's had a good start. He's up 6 places, as is Rebster. Orphan's up to 14th. There is Tigosaurus. He's in 13th. Now, he's just made a cracking diving move on Rebster on the inside. He's into 12th. He's not out of points at this stage.
Cage right in the back of Tor. Going into 130. Oh, he's gone to the inside. Oh, he backed out just a little before holds on to 11th. Goes defensive into the cancer chicane, which will come. Oh, and well, I'd say Cage is very lucky to not get wing damage there because he just smashed into the back of Tor because of his compromised line into the cancer chicane.
Yep.
He's going for another one around the outside. He's got it done. Brought back to a very nice move from Cage.
Yeah, he's got 4 seconds ahead though to Steve, who's holding down 10th place. So, how far is he behind the leader? He's 14 seconds behind the leader. Still in this race, the rain could come to his advantage, but there's a yellow flag in sector 1. I think that's Rebster's had enough.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's got damage as well.
Yes,
Primus is in.
Victim.
Yeah, Primus is in. So, still struggling against Rebster.
Fantastic start from Steve. He started 16th, he's down 10th, and even better, well, maybe not even better, but he's done the medium, so looks like he did really well there to avoid any trouble.
Right, so who's pitted? Both Red Bulls and Timmer at the back at the moment. Both Red Bulls have done the only thing that they can really do is basically go on softs and pray for the rain to come.
Yep.
Timmer, interesting well on the hard tyres. Way round, but
I'll see some soft
rain's still not coming yet.
Sector 2, yellow.
So, interesting thing with Scotsman is he's got the gap just over a second, but he cannot get that any bigger. McCracken's getting into his medium tyres now. He's keeping up with him. He's getting a hurry up from Flaming right behind him though. Anyone's race still. As Flaming had a much better run out of the S's. He's not going to find a move past Deadner 1, surely not, no. He's alright, but now Junior's all over the back of him as well. Bit of a train here.
Yeah. Oh, he's done the
Oh, Flaming!
Oh, he did well.
Wow, he kept that.
he's still on the grass though, on the exit. Oh, he's going to lose 2 positions here. All that work done, back into the 5th.
Oh, Quaker.
Quaker on the grass.
Jesus.
He hits.
Holding firm. Pushes Quaker wide. Oh,
They lose it. Yeah, it's been chaotic, that sector there. Holy moly. And
Rep's out. I think did he retire in the pits?
He was on the Inters apparently, it says, so I'm not sure if that was glitch, but... Oh!
So they are. Quaker cut the chicane.
Yeah, Orphan as well with a penalty.
Yeah. Comes Quaker. Oh, there's the flash. The rain is here. This is Quaker. Oh, no. Junior moved across on him. And Quaker's still on the inside, being robust. Junior not giving him the touch.
Oh, they're sliding.
It's a bit messy now. The rain has come down. Quaker's done it. Poor robust defence there from Junior. I think he moved across as Quaker moved to the left.
No, Junior's under attack from Flyman.
Right, so this is...
Oh, and he goes for
it. They're flaming
well.
through past the S. End of the S's. That was brave.
Yeah, very, very opportunistic. But it worked out, so credit to him. Looks like McCracken's drop back hugely now from Scotsman. Almost 3 seconds.
He keeps on having pressure from guys behind. He's now got Quaker all over him, giving Scotsman the breathing space he needs.
I don't know if Thor's had a problem here. He's quite squirrely in sector 1.
I think he's got a bit of damage, possibly. No, he's alright. 13. Alford's in 12th at the moment, aiming for points. Tidge is 11th, and he's now caught up to the back of Steve for 10th. As Raikkonen... Oh, what's going on here? Raikkonen, Eagle, and Alonso. All 3 of them going for the chicane. Alonso's making steady gains now.
Yeah.
On these tyres.
Made 3 positions off from the starting position.
Yeah, steady moves at the moment. He's in the hunt for some solid points if he can keep it together. But this is really tricky now. You got to keep your tyres until the track is wet enough. Softs should still be okay, Bamba, do you reckon? But they won't be very easy.
I think the softs will be okay, but the mediums probably not. But Hitch had a Steve anyway. Let's see if he makes any roll from the Ecomaniac up in 9th. He was on the back of a 4-car train here.
This is still anyone's. I mean, Scotsman is about 3 seconds up, but he's not comfortable. And you've got to train all the way back to Alonso in 8th. Even Tom is not that far away in 9th.
Yeah, but your 3-second gap in the dry is pretty manageable, but in the rain, that could just disappear as soon as you pit. Because you pit on the wrong time at the wrong time for intermediates, it could cost you that 3 seconds. So
Quaker's got a massive run from 130R. He's right up on the inside. This would be a good move from Quaker. He managed to get the space. Can he get there? Moves across. Gives the space
very
at the
nice.
exit, but he's got
that was lovely.
Much better traction.
Yeah,
that was lovely stuff.
This 4-car train here. Looks like it's split. Kind of into 2 4-car trains.
I love that shot. Right on the inside
brilliant.
apex of that first corner gone 5 flying in. So Dude Eagle behind is dropping off these front 5. He's got Raikkonen and Alonso and now Tom joining in on this fray.
So it's only 2 penalties so far, Orphan and Quaker.
Junior's had enough.
Yeah, Junior.
He doesn't like that at all.
The Degners, so.
Yeah, Flamin, I think, ahead has had a... Oh, Tejosaurus is off. Oh, hold the front wing. Tejosaurus. He's had a rough old race already, and he's... Oh, goodness me. He's going to be going back to the pits. Primus is in the pits. Primus is on Inters.
Looks like the front row is cursed at the moment. Cage started second down 11th with wing damage, and Junior got all down in 5th.
What this does for the championship at the moment, I know it's only lap 7, but both championship leaders are having a race to forget at the moment. As Dude Eagles made it through past Junior. Junior's struggling. Junior's struggling in these conditions. He doesn't like wet weather at all. It's just really damp at the moment, really tricky to gauge what to do. DRS is still active, so it's not wet enough yet. Keep an eye on Primus, but Primus is losing time hand over fist to Timmer in front, who's still on hard tyres.
And Cage pits. See what tyres he goes on there.
This is a very bad situation for Tidge as well, because he can't go intermediates. It's not wet enough yet. But what does he do? Dries and he has to pit again.
He puts the inters on.
The inters on. It may work out, but he's got to pray that the DRS comes online, because that's the turning point, isn't it? Is the DRS.
Yeah. Oh, and Primus is on the inters as well. And look at the
Primus is struggling on them now.
So the championship leaders down in 14th and 16th.
14th and 16th, yeah.
Jeez.
So big opportunity. Alco's down in 13th as well. He was third in the championship going into this.
Yeah.
So currently the top 3 are not scoring points. So this is big race for McCracken and Raikkonen. McCracken especially. Last week's winner, still up there with the leaders. He's under pressure from Flaming. But at least he's still in the hunt. The conditions again, it's getting wetter and wetter, but still the DRS is not disabling yet.
I'll wait until the next lap to check the times. Because this will be this will be Cage and Primus' first lap, full lap on the inters. I see by check the times actually.
Yeah, still the top 9 is still in this race, because they're all within 10 seconds of 9 seconds of each other. Still relatively close.
Well, it doesn't look like it's ready for enters, because Timmy on the hard is just overtaking Tidge.
Yeah, this is the really weird situation. It's just getting wetter and wetter.
Yeah.
But it's not wet enough.
It's no man's land, really.
Very difficult scenario, very tricky conditions. Scotsman leading. The Quaker, obviously the longer this goes on, the flags.
Quaker's cut into Scotsman's lead. He's taken 1.3 seconds out of him in the last few laps. It is a very busy race though.
It's this train here from... It's this train, it's Eagle, Junior, Raikkonen, Alonso. Oh, there's Junior on the inside. Don't go through 130 yard in these conditions. Jesus.
Dude Eagle placed in his car in a perfect position there.
Jesus Christ.
Not let Junior past.
That would have been a brave move. Flaming's in. Flaming is in.
I don't think
do though.
Oh, Cage with the penalty as well. I'm honestly not sure. I don't think it's ready for enters. Cage has been, or Primus has just been lapped by that train, that 5-car train, so Flaming goes on the enters anyway.
But this could be again, what do you do? If your tyres are gone, you have to pit. Sure. I think it's those guys on the mediums that are in the prime position at the moment, unless DRS comes off in like the next 2 or 3 laps.
So it looks like the medium runners are coming into their prime now, because
oh my god, what is this? Junior's had enough. Oh, to the second egg now. He's right as well. And Alonso! No, he's spinning as well in front of everyone else.
Lucky there's a big gap. Oh no! Red Bull on me. Luckily there was a big gap to the next car there, because that could have been...
Oh! Quaker's caught up to Scotsman. He's had an
Oh
off the spoon.
no! Well, this is just carnage, man. I think it might be ready for the Inters now.
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
What's Flaming doing on them? Flaming's still losing time to those on dries. I think what it is at that horrible point where it's not wet enough for Inters, but it's difficult for dries.
Wow, that was a nice drift move from Malco there. Into the hairpin.
Here comes Junior. Look at the straight line speed on Raikkonen.
Even though Alco had a terrible start, and only one position off points now.
Oh, the Williams! Oh, the Williams of Tom!
No!
He stuck his car.
He's also got a 3-second penalty. And Alonso pits for Inters. Who's that? So does Primus. Primus pits again for more Inters, so I'm guessing he burned them out.
Burn them out by damage. The Flaming currently is on. Is the highest.
What was his last lap?
It's frontline speed. Sorry, Vettel. Jeez, I've got to get the catchphrase right, don't I?
Speed.
They wanted me to say it, and I got it wrong. Can you check Flaming's last lap time compared to the leader?
Yeah, it's
He's
just
the highest in Inters at the moment.
His last lap was pit lap, so I don't really, it doesn't really represent it.
Let's see what he does this lap, but he's every time I look at his interval between him and Steve, he keeps losing time.
Yeah.
So
Steve's doing a brilliant job, mate. 8 positions up already. Sort of running his own race.
yeah, I think the guys on softs are going to really struggle now, because this is the point where they start running out, isn't it? Even on dry.
Again. So I think they burned their tyres out.
Scotsman's in.
Oh,
he sped in the pit lane.
Oh no, the leader.
Well, what does he do? What does he do?
Mediums? No. He goes onto the mediums.
I think actually, to be fair, that might be the right call.
It depends if weather clears up, because we don't know, to be honest. It could have been just a little spell
Flaming, where's Flaming? Flaming's about to complete his lap to see what lap he does, compared to the leaders. But I think, weirdly enough, still, there's an L4 off. I thought it was cracking his Tidge.
Well,
he's down as well.
He's 4 seconds down on his PB.
This is so stupid.
No, he's even worse. He's 14 seconds down. So, like his last lap, he's 6 tenths down, second sector. Then he's 4 tenths down, third sector. So it doesn't look like the Inters are progressing.
Can you compare? Spray's coming up though. Spray is coming up in that first sector. Well, I just saw. As Primus is gone. Yeah, that's in the pits, I think. What was Flaming's last lap to McCracken's?
47.4, and McCracken's is a 41.4, so it's 6 seconds in it.
He's still 5 seconds off.
Yeah.
So yeah, Scotsman's actually, I think, made the right call here. As weird as that sounds. It depends
if he can gain a lot in this.
Cannot get on the curbs though.
No.
This is really weird.
Keep an eye.
It shouldn't be. Eagles going off. It's absolutely. They're all really struggling.
It's really, really tough conditions, and it seems like it's catching out the championship leaders more, which is weird.
Yeah. Wake Rose is in.
This might be.
Inters for Eagle.
It's no strategy is right, really.
You don't. Right, so let's. Can't think so. Right, so McCracken's now in the lead. Tidjosaurus is out.
Yeah.
That's both championship leaders.
Fleming's middle sector is 1.1 seconds slower than his previous middle sector on either, so it seems like they're getting slower and slower. Yeah, his previous lap was 47.4. His lap 48.9. The track is an optical illusion.
Right, so what it is it's wet, but it's not.
Yeah, but it's getting worse
very slowly.
Yeah. It's weird. It looks like. It seems like they're burning their tyres out quicker than the track is changing condition.
I think actually Flaming with his tyres, I think he's burnt them out because he's been on the dry. It's not a dry track, is it? It's like a slightly damp one. But no, he's losing time because.
Well, crazy thing is, Scotsman might have pulled off the best strategy call ever, because he is currently 12 seconds off the lead, and he's the only one top 4 to pit. So he's ever gaining time on the top 3. So, like, he's just taking 4 tenths out right in the last 2 corners.
Then if the track becomes intermediate within like the next 3 or 4 laps, which it could, because the rain is steadily getting quick, the spray's coming up as well. And that first set, if you look behind Nick Jr., how slow Junior's going around in this first sector is ridiculous. You can see the spray ever so slightly,
like,
and that wasn't
on the
there,
mediums.
like...
So he's kind of positioned Scotsman right in there. The thing is, though, the longer the top 2 stay out on dry tyres, the worse their tyres will get and slower, and Scotsman will just gain and gain and gain.
Gonna flat sector 1. Steve Flaming, and now goes in. Scotsman's off. Scotsman's off. He's in the wall. He's in the S's.
Oh my god.
No, he's got damage.
That is the
damage on his left front wing.
I apologise, Scotsman.
Oh, in the combats for the first time, and he got.
Yeah, I should just leave, honestly.
The timing screen is going ridiculous right now because he doesn't know how to keep up.
Once again,
right.
Flaming 2 seconds down his previous lap. So his first complete lap on the Inters was a 47.4, and his last lap was a 50.9, 3.5 seconds slower.
Now
It just isn't getting
what
anywhere.
Raikkonen. Look at the difference. So you got Raikkonen dry tyres, Dude Eagle intermediates. They've just pitted, and that's the difference.
Looks like
they're just not. There's no grip on the rail.
I don't recall it, but the 2 drivers in the best positions right now are both McLarens. They're the only ones who, well, the top 5 they've stopped, and Dude Eagle is on intermediates losing time, hand over fist. I mean, it is quite a big gap to the top 2, but I don't know.
This is so stupid right now.
It's
It's wet enough to be intermediates, but it's Raikkonen careful. See, I think it's level at the moment because I've watched Raikkonen and Eagle. They're in the same scenario. They've both pitted at the same time. Raikkonen's on dries. DRS is still active, weirdly.
Oh wow.
I mean, there's not much difference between the 2, I don't think. There's like certain bits.
Yeah, McCracken's last lap on medium, the last 2 laps were 45.5s. Dude Eagles was 46.3, which is 4 seconds faster than Flaming on his Inters. So
yeah,
it looks like for certain
Flaming's
drivers,
out of it.
Yeah, it looks like that's just ruined
Look
his
at the
race.
S's. Eagle! Oh! Eagle was wide on the S's. Raikkonen saw an opportunity, couldn't get
Alonso
through.
under penalty. And Scotsman's pitted as well. He's gone up the Inter Scotsman.
Oh, Raikkonen! Power sliding from the inside to be outside for the hairpin. Raikkonen through.
Could you tell me what tyres Steve is on?
Steve is on intermediates. If you
So he's
put the
made
detail on
it
tyre. If you put the detail on tyre, that's what they're on. This is so... I don't get it. I really don't get this race.
Yeah, it's like backwards. Even though the track is getting wetter, it's just not getting faster for the Inters.
You can now see the spray, so I think it's steadily going to Inters. It's just taking a long time to do so.
46 fat from McCracken his last lap. I'll check. Dude Eagles now when he crossed the line. He's currently running a 5th, the highest of the Inters. We've lost 4 drivers
Eagles
here.
Eagle's actually doing a very good job keeping up. Oh no, he's got
it hurts. Oh no.
Never mind. I think what it is. Oh, he's in the pits.
Oh, he's pitted as well.
Is it Trice?
3-second penalty. I think he's
Trice.
burned them out as well, isn't it? Just again. Oh, the softs are getting ready. This is weird.
I would not go on softs. Those won't last. Will they? Wait, 11 laps?
They might, yeah, they
11
will.
laps soft tyres?
They will.
They might do.
Yeah. Junior
Do you
with
want
the
softs
penalty.
in these though?
Junior's back up to second.
Yeah, he hasn't pitted yet, neither has McCracken. I'm in 5th on the intermediate tyres as well. It's dries just, but it's very, very tricky.
Don't forget, oh yeah. Scotsman has that 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane.
Ah, yeah, of course he does.
Oh,
He's out
Timmer.
of points now.
That's weird. The 5-second penalty for Timmer for exceeding track limits. 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh! Scotsman's gone
McCracken's
again.
got one.
Why is it
McCracken's
5
got one as
seconds?
well. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Scotsman's gone. So from a brilliant start to this race into P1, cruising to now last. This race has been flipped on.
He's not liking. Yeah, he's gone again. He's not liking this at all.
5-second penalty for overcome Morphin as well. What's with these 5-second penalties?
Junior's in on 2 soft tyres. Quaker Oats with a time penalty as well. So Quaker Oats is now in the net lead. I think this is all Quakers. As long as he keeps it on the track clean, Junior just gets ahead of Raikkonen.
Just. That's what I mean. I
would not want.
The McLarens are in sort of best positions right now, even though Quaker does have a penalty.
I wouldn't want softs necessarily in these conditions though.
No.
It's very cold, but Junior's in 3rd, chasing down Quaker, but he's 13 seconds behind.
Jesus.
Quaker's in the money.
Yeah. Overcome Morphin's pitted as well, and Alco is into the points after a terrible start. He's right in the back of Alonso here. Going to the inside of turn 1. Oh, he gets the jump.
Brave move.
Good defending from Alonso. Steve's pitted as well.
Yeah. Whatever happens, as long as saying that. It's a.
Again for his
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything yet. Not saying anything yet. I've already said enough. Yeah, both championship leaders are already. Yeah, McCracken's in, and that's a because he had a 5-second penalty. He served it in the pits. Quaker's way in front. He's already passed
and on the
turn
stop
2.
as well.
Junior's in the 2nd. Oh, Junior and Scotsman not making it easy. You're a lap down.
Yeah.
Not make it easy for Junior, but Junior's ahead of McCracken. Raikkonen's ahead of McCracken as well.
Bad race.
McCracken's 4th.
Alco signs right on the back of Alonso. And he forces Alonso wide at 130 yard.
Oh, Falls had it off.
Oh, Thor.
He was ahead of him. Falls down to 10th. Is that going to make Timmer into 10th? I think it is. Timmer on hard tyres. Yeah, Timmer's into the points.
Doing well. 15 laps on those hard tyres. He's doing really well.
Falls into the pits.
And somehow, after Tim Flaming losing points, or losing time on those limpers, he's still in the points comfortably.
7th, yeah.
Crazy. Shows you his pace, to be honest.
Alright. I know this is a commentator's curse potentially, but I think now this is Quaker's race to lose. He's got too much of a gap. He's got too much of a gap on Junior. But this is a big race for McLaren.
And at the moment,
1st and 3rd.
Raikkonen has no penalties and Junior does. So it looks like at the moment it's a net 1-2 for McLaren. Don't understand it. No curse, but
Junior's flying on those softs. So.
Yeah, true. Sure he is pulling away.
The only guy that is still on intermediate tyres is Tom. Oh, you ruined it. You ruined
What
it. He's gone in. Oh, he's gone in for dries. As soon as I say that, he goes in for dries.
Do you know if McCracken served his penalty in the pits? His 5-second one.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh, 5-second penalty for alcohol science. Because I'm really confused why they're getting 5-second penalties and not. I'm not sure if it's a glitch or anything because it looks like they're getting no warnings. Yeah, they're getting no warnings. Yeah, looking.
But I think
maybe it is.
I think how the game works is if you get warnings before, and then do something like that. So if you go wide at 130R, say, which is where the penalties are happening. Oh, it's Alco! No, Alco spun it in the S's.
Oh no!
Oh.
My God, you just can't get inside the top 10 or else you're trying to lose your position.
Is Timmer going to make it past into night? Oh, Alco shuts the door.
Yeah, but if we struggle with your gases here on those hot tires. Hot gravity tires. Honestly, what a...
Rain stopping.
Absolutely terrible race. Oh, it's
stopping. Yeah, it's stopping.
That is the weirdest rain spell I've ever seen in this F1 game. Just nothing happened to the track.
But it rained enough to maybe so close to get to intermediates, but it was still dries all the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Just about.
On the edge.
It just was incredibly difficult.
And it was taking a gamble, like, it was really, risk staying out on softs, or...
Alco's off again.
He should just...
Gotta carry...
He should just wait until
you gotta carry on
for the final lap. It seems like that's just unlucky to be inside top 10.
You've got to carry on, Alco. This is a big... I know it's just a point, but it's a point that could be very valuable to your team and to yourself. Got to stay in that 10th place.
He has a 5-second penalty, and Timmer has a 5-second penalty as well. And then Alonso has 3-second penalty. So yeah, he's in net 10th at the moment.
Right, so here's Quaker. 11 seconds ahead. He's already had his first win.
Jesus, Scotsman
came in sync.
He had to lap himself. Right hand. This happened yesterday in the F1 race. It's very scary. Oh, it's Scotsman. It's always very scary when a fast car behind you is trying to lap themselves because they want to get as quick as possible when you're not racing for position, so you could let them buy.
Let him go, right? Let him go.
Yeah, let him go. That's the best move.
That's alright. It's just an angle lap for Scotsman. I think it's just like you said. The potential.
Let me check what's the fastest lap at the moment. Oh, big wobble.
Robert's in the chat, same penalty situation. I think Quaker's more than fine to keep the lead, isn't he?
But oh yeah, he's got a 3-second penalty, so... And Junior's also got one, so yeah, he's definitely in net P1.
So Junior's fine as well. What has Raikkonen got?
He's got none.
McCracken...
I believe he's got one. Yeah, he's got one.
So yeah.
He served his 5-second penalty. Duty got with none. Flaming with none.
Flaming...
2 penalties for Tom. 2 penalties for Alonso. And then 5-second penalty for Tim. But the interesting thing at the moment, Alco has got the fastest lap of the race. He's in 10th. That will count at the moment if that stays like that. But
unless Scotsman takes it away from him, I think Scotsman's on an absolute.
Yeah.
Junior.
Scotsman penalty again.
Oh my God, Scotsman. You won't get it now because that won't count.
No, it doesn't count. I'll check that last time.
Junior got it. And yeah, Junior just set the fastest lap, and he's getting into Quaker Oates' lead.
32 flat.
It's only 9.4 behind, and he's catching quite quickly.
Yeah, Tarasov's off. Oh, Scotsman's ahead of Orphan.
It's Orphan letting
Another penalty.
all the guys go through.
Yeah, right in there's like that 3-second penalty range for Junior, so won't be gaining. McCracken has one.
I have to say, hats off to Timmer right now. 19 laps on hard tyres.
And
He's going to get to the end of those though.
He should do.
I think Timmer may need to pit, possibly. Junior right now is absolutely flying. Last time I looked at that gap was 9.4.
He was
now
all over the place when rain started coming out. He was 6th, and now he's just turned the burner line. He's flying ahead now, back up to 2nd. So he could reclaim.
He's an overtake. He's barely in ERS.
Yeah. Clearly wants this. Looks like he doesn't want a second place, you know, after getting pole position. And he does have the last lap, so. And he gets it again.
And he sets another one.
He is flying.
Yeah, he's going a second a lap quicker than Quaker. But if he does want to win, if he does want to win, he needs to keep it up though.
Yep.
Bracken's gradually catching Raikkonen, but not enough. Oh, it's Orphan. Oh, no. You never retire Orphan. No. You never retire during races. Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Al goes back up to 9th. He's ahead of Timmer. That was quick.
Yeah, Timmer's struggling on the hard. McCracken nearly just got wiped out by Scotsman. Scotsman went off in the S's. And that's a blind corner as well. That was very.
That was
Junior still.
What's interesting as well is that Quaker had to unlap a Haas, so Junior's teammate. And Alco gets the fast lap.
Alco takes the fastest lap.
On mediums. Older mediums than Junior soft. That is just shows how fast he is. I really want a battle though at the end here, so I don't let you know the cross the line.
So penalties again. Quaker has one. Did you say?
Yeah, he's got 2 actually. He's got 2, 1.
He's got 2. How much has Junior got?
He's got 1.
Oh!
1, 2.
Oh, McCracken hit the bump just before the pit lane. Nearly went headlong into it.
Almost gone.
Poor boy. Yeah, he's trying to push to keep on catching Raikkonen. Raikkonen is actually. They're all closing up on each other. Raikkonen's catching Junior. Junior's catching Quaker. McCracken's catching. Gradually, Raikkonen as well.
Yeah, Junior's got 2.
And then goes Scotsman.
Junior better be careful here because he's got multiple warnings into his 2nd penalty, so at the moment, if he gets another penalty, he's within striking distance of Raikkonen to. Because Raikkonen doesn't have the penalty yet, so.
He's run out of ERS. He's run out of ERS. He's in 0. He's got to save something. Burnt it all just trying to catch, and I think he was giving it a go just to see whether he could. And that's it.
Yeah.
So.
But honestly, what Quaker is doing is brilliant right now. 7 positions off from where he started. P1. Judged the weather brilliantly. And I just can't see Junior catch him in these next 3 laps. He has to gain like 2.2 seconds a lap, even though he's setting a fast lap here. That's great.
He's saving ERS though. I don't know how he's. I mean, obviously the track is getting quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, lap 25. Battle on the track at the moment is between the 2 Williams. Tom Eco is right behind Flaming for 6th. In a second, he's going to get DRS on the front straight.
One there to let him through here. The penalty situation went through. 2 penalties for Tom. And a 5-second penalty for Flaming. So
You can do that. You can do that move, Flamey, but Flamey's got a lot of
ERS.
speed down to turn 1.
He also got 70% ERS while Tom has only got 33.
Right, so let's run down this top 10 at the moment. So Quaker leading
Junior.
the race at the moment.
Junior lost a second to Quaker Oats.
He's behind his teammate 4, who should be able.
Yeah, he should be getting it later.
Awkward.
Yeah. Oh, he gets it later now. Oh, does he? No, he doesn't.
Oh, he's not making it easy. Oh, there we go.
There we go, yeah, straight on. Straight.
Right, so Quaker leading this
Cost,
race.
Junior.
Yeah, Junior in second. Raikkonen in third with McCracken trying to close the gap between, but just cannot make it. It's in fourth. Dude Eagle's in fifth. He's had an up and down race as well.
Definitely.
With Flaming in sixth, just ahead of his teammate Tomiko in seventh. Alonso's in eighth. Alco Saints in ninth. And Timmer still holding on to the last point with Steve and 4, the 12 remaining in this race. Well, in terms of debuts, Bamber, you've got yourself a good race. So
Yeah, very good, very good. Something to look at there is Junior's last lap with the traffic from his teammate. Was a 1:33.8, and Raikkonen set his personal best of the lap of the race at 32.6, and he set his personal best for a selector this lap. So looks like Raikkonen's coming back at Junior. Looks like Raikkonen's got a second win, I think. But he has got a half
on that note,
the teammate of Junior. Sector 2, yellow flag.
I think it was 4 getting out the way, possibly. But Quaker Oats is just about to begin his final lap of this race.
What a race
driver
it
of the
was.
day, well, driver of the day has got to be him. Up
Yeah.
7.
Most positions gained,
Just,
the win. Like,
I mean,
definitely.
in terms of conditions, I think they were incredibly difficult to call. I
Yeah,
may have swung towards intermediates, so in terms of calling the strategy, I think it was a 50-50 flip of a coin, potentially, but he kept it consistent, he kept it on the road, which that was the challenge, that was the test for everyone here, just keep it on the road. And he's done well, he's going to get up his second win, maybe. Still got 6 corners to go.
great recovery from Junior as well. Great lap from Q3 to get him on pole with that one that he set. And
Again,
dropped down to 6.
Again, no, he'll be happy with second. I think that's his best result. I think he's had like a few thirds. I don't think he's had a second yet, so he'll be happy with that. But it's, again, I can't help but feel, and I know what he's feeling. If it stayed dry, I know hindsight and then everything, but he could have won.
Yeah.
All that. Raikkonen in third. Right. I tell you one thing before this race, actually. As Quaker takes the last one. If Raikkonen was to get on the podium, he said he would do his best Raikkonen impression. And he's about to do it. There we go. And Quaker Oats
Well
though
done,
takes the
Quaker
last
Oats.
corner and wins his second race since joining. Still relatively new. I think it's like his 6th race. Junior gets second, sets the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. Raikkonen is just going to get third, I think. The penalties are correct. Yes, he does. He's on the podium. McCracken 4th place for Alpha. So that's that. Dude Eagle should get 5th.
There's still a battle.
Tom Eco's actually passed his teammate.
Yeah. There's still a battle going on here for P6. Looks like Flame's a bit angry at that, I think. He's swerving.
Yeah, Dude Eagle is going to cross the line 5th for Renault. Amico's going to get one over his teammate. By the looks of it, unless penalties bring it back. No, it doesn't by a 10th.
Yeah, he had that 4-second penalty on Sturb, yeah. That we got on that. Towards the end there, actually.
Alonso gets 8th place for him. And Alco, 4 points for Red Bull. A tough day, but those 4 points could be very, very key at the end of it. It may sound silly, but they could be. but he's going to come home 9th. And Timmer, 25 laps on the hard tyres.
What a drive.
Brilliant stuff. Gets the last point. And Steve in the Mercedes is going to come home 11th, with Thor's going to come home 12th.
So, third of the field retired from that race. I guess that sums it up due to the weather, really.
Yeah, that was very confusing, very difficult for these drivers. I'd actually love to be out there. That's brilliant conditions for me. But very confusing to sort of gauge what to do with inters and dries. But in terms of the season, Bamber, 4 races to go now after that one. Big switch in the championship. The championship leaders, no points for Tidge and Primus. Only 4 points. No, 2 points, sorry, for Alco. Big points for Raikkonen and McCracken. This will leap them back into... Still a bit far off, but this has helped them gain a little bit. They're still there. They're still there. That's the main sort of story to take away from this.
Definitely.
So, your top 10. Quaker Oats with the win. RSF1 Junior 2nd. Raikkonen in 3rd place. McCracken 4th. Dude Eagle 5th. Tom Eco in 6th. For Flaming 7th. Alonso in 8th. Alco Saints 9th. And Timmer with the last point in 10th. And then Steve and 4 in 11th of 12th. Retiring was the Scotsman, Orphan, Tigosaurus, Primus, Rebster, and Tedist. There, so...
That was a really good race. It was really tough to call because, of course, those conditions, but well done to all the finishers, and especially the winner, Quaker Oats, who drove brilliantly and definitely deserves that.
Right, let's invite these 3. We can hear their thoughts as always. I get to hear Raikkonen do his impression.
Can't wait for
Wonderful, wonderful day. Got it as well. Got it as well. It's just like if you get on the podium, put all the pressure on you.
Yeah. Alright.
Hello. Right, Raikkonen, Mr. Quaker. Mr. Quaker. I'm going to find out Mr. Quaker doesn't have a mic. Always seems to be the way. Come on, come on.
Blah!
Send him a message. I'll give him a couple minutes.
Do we get McCracken in if he doesn't have a mic?
It's normally only just the top 3, so if
That was a
he
race on
don't
stream,
join,
boss.
then
That was really good, yeah.
Good.
confusing. Didn't know where it was going to go, but there you go. Right, this looks like we're just going to get Raikkonen and Junior, but that's perfectly fine. If you could tick the box, please. I presume you have. You've done this before. So, I've got Raikkonen, you've got Junior?
Yep.
Okay. So, what did I say before we started this race, Raikkonen? What did I say? If you got into the podium, then you would do it. So, very difficult race, obviously, for all the drivers involved. Probably yourself, although you were probably as cool as ice, as only Raikkonen can be.
Ooh,
Yeah. Yes, take us through your race. They're very tricky conditions out there.
Well, the race was a very good start. I managed to keep on. Well, I had a bit of a poor start actually. The car was pretty good. I had a good strategy. I did not have to drink.
Oh,
I can't keep this up.
okay.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Steering wheel!
Right. In all
right,
in all seriousness, obviously.
In all seriousness, though, start wasn't that great. I did lose a few places at the start. Obviously, with the cold weather conditions, the tyres were pretty cold. But I stuck into it, and obviously, there's Jeff shouting at me on the radio saying that he's going to give me there's rain coming in 20 minutes. I was like, right, okay, is it going to rain hard enough for inters, or is it not? Hence why I stayed up for 13 laps on the softs, which they were pretty good condition actually. Then I made the gamble to just say sod it and jump onto mediums for the second stint of the race, which was quite tricky, I must admit. However, when I realised that I was keeping up with anyone that was actually faster than anyone in Inters, I thought, right, I've made the right call and everything, and I just kept into it, kept my head down, and managed to get on the podium for the first time since changing my name.
Well done.
Yeah, your fifth podium this season. Very good qualifying as well. Yeah, it has been a while since your last podium. I can't think where it was.
Hungary.
Give me my stats. Oh, you told me. I could have found it out anyway. Ruin my thunder. No, in terms of obviously looking at the bigger picture here, the championship leaders Digisaurus and Primus, and even Alco had really difficult races, and obviously, so for yourself and even McCracken, big race for you. You're still within this championship fight. It is still a 5-way fight for this, isn't it?
Yeah, and we've got to remember as well that Dubai is not going to be our last race. We have got Monaco to do at the end of the season due to the issues what happened with Xbox Live last time. So yeah, I'm keeping my heels digged into it. I want to have a good race next race, solid podium or maybe a win, I hope. So yeah, as in the words of the maestro himself, Kimi Räikkönen, wah!
Yeah. Obviously, it would have been good to hear from your teammate Quaker Oates. Obviously, he's picked up his second win. He won in Singapore. Looks a very good teammate for you. He's making you go faster, I guess. Be more consistent.
Yeah.
He's also taking the points away from the two Alphas and Primus and Alco that you're still chasing.
Yeah, I'm glad that, I'm happy that he's got the win and everything, because it's solid points for McLaren, as you're probably well aware, that it's been pretty much me, the consistent person of McLaren all this season so far in Tier 4. So I'm actually glad that I've got a teammate who's actually got pace, and yeah, he is challenging me to go faster. He did out-qualify me today. I think that might be the first time I've been out-qualified by a teammate for this season.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna make me buckle down and do lots and lots of practice at Mexico, because I cannot be having that.
Yes. Speaking of Mexico, obviously very different track to Japan. Obviously that long straight, but then you've got the twisty middle sector as well with the track limits. What are your thoughts going forward into that? Obviously, you've helped. Obviously, this race has massively helped you in your quest to chase down the leaders, but obviously you still need to beat Digisaurus and Primus and probably McCracken in these next few races. So you're confident that you can possibly do that? Maybe starting next week?
Yeah, I'm confident that I can hope. Well, I'm confident in the track myself, because I do like Mexico. That is a nice track. The only track that I do have a little bit of worry about is the USA. That is one track that I do not get on with. That sector one with all that stupid wheelie wavy corners and that lot. If they deleted that, that'd be fine.
Yeah, but
But no.
Mexico has weavy wavy corners.
Yeah, but they're not as fast.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, fair enough.
it's a bit like with Cotter, it's a bit like Maggots and Beckett's. You do have to get them spot on perfect every single lap.
But anyway, congrats on your podium.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Just
in
a
the
word.
fight.
Yeah, just a word on that performance argument. That moves you from 5th in championship up to 4th, and with the performance from you and your teammate, it moves McLaren up to 3rd. So two
Very nice.
changes in both championships. So well done.
Very nice. Thank you.
Oh, he's on it. He's even done better than me. I didn't even realise that. Oh, jeez. Got to watch out for this guy. Yeah, well done ranking him. On your fair place. So, right, moving on to Bama Viking to interview Guy in 2nd.
Yeah, so a great drive from Junior. Is it one of those things, Junior, where you would have been more happier with getting 2nd from 3rd on the grid rather than 1st, or like are you still happy with the points and your drive?
Yeah, it could have been a lot better. I had a real bad start. I was too busy looking at the bottom right of my screen to get the revs right, and then realised, oh shit, the lights gone out. And then I lost like 4 plays straight away. And then when that weather came up, well, just before the rain started, I just had that daunting feeling of I'm on the wrong tyres because that weather's coming in. We'd probably have to go to inters, and then everyone in front of me was on softs, and it was just like, oh no, I've just thrown this away after getting my first pole. And then I think the rain I think it caught everybody out, to be fair. It wasn't quite inters and it wasn't quite slicks. It was just sort of in between, and it was like an ice rink. I think I nearly dropped the car a couple of times. I had a big slide on the formation lap, and
Yeah, you dropped it almost.
Yes, I was going to go on the stream.
I just thought I'd go sideways around turn 1 and just see how the rest of the race panned out, to be fair. But no, it was an intense race. It really was. There was a good few battles. It was quite close to the top 5, and then everyone just sort of started to drop off a little bit. I think Quake got his strategy bang on. He done really well. So congratulations to him on the win. Shame he's not in the interviews now, but congratulations to Raikkonen as well. And I just want to say massive thanks to Roberts and Webster in our party today, because they really helped.
Yeah, I want to say a massive thank you to those two as well as RSF1 Fettel and RSF1 Falcon. They were all group engineering us, and it was a very good strategy. Well, they gave us good strategies. So thanks, guys.
Nice one.
That seems to be the trend in RSF1 now. You've got 2 trends. You got one, change your name to a racing driver with RSF1 in front of it, and the second trend, you must have an engineer, or 3, or 4, or 5. It's just the way now. Just the way now.
Well,
if you don't have either of those things, what are you doing with your life?
It's a bit of a social, really, because like there's like a load of us in the party, and like because like then if there's a load of us, if you only got one engineer, they've got to do all the work, like a lot of work. So if you've got 3 or 4, then the work shed out between them, and you get more up to date and accurate information as well. Because like one person could be looking for one thing, another person could be looking for the other. So it's like we're a team.
Yeah, I've had Roberts from pretty much I jumped to F4, so he's been really helpful to keep me calm and keep me going. So it's been good.
Yeah, just to comment on your drive there, Junior, like no race driver should be happy with 2nd, they shouldn't be happy with 1st, but you can be happy with your drive. And you went down to 6th there, but you came back and you made the 2-stop work when you only finished like 6 seconds behind Quaker. You did a 1-stop, so it really shows your pace, so well done for that. And you two were just
Did you stop twice, Junior?
No, just once. Just a once.
Oh, once, was it?
You did a 1-stopper. Yeah, because I nearly got the undercut on you, didn't I?
It was
just like
tough. It was really tough.
Yeah, look.
Obviously, one more question from me, Junior. Obviously, I said it towards like the end of the race. And the only thing missing now is because you've had a third, you've had a second. There's one thing missing now. So the one thing missing. I think you will. I think you will. I don't know when it would be.
America. I really like America, so
yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you are getting nice. Your. Go on.
Oh, that'll be a nice race win for Hayes.
Oh yeah, home race technically. Technically. Yeah, I think we should wrap things up. Can you actually sum up that race in one word, Bamba? I don't think you can, but
yeah, unknown.
Unknown. Okay, that's good. I think actually the drift from Junior on the formation lap into turn one actually sums it up. It was all about keeping on the track, which you did, Junior. So there you go.
Just about, yeah.
Just I don't know how. I mean, it's a lovely camera angle when you see it. It's just like Gymkhana style. I think someone in the chat said Gymkhana.
Didn't the stream do a
that's
whole
it.
lap of me helicopter?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. The chat. So Vettel thinks you're going to be esports champion in 2020, Junior. And you should take part in Gymkhana. Yeah, love the chat. Yeah.
Love it.
So. Thank you for the support as always. Watching in the chat. There's 7 people still watching. Us just chatting away.
I'm waving.
Yeah, that has been the Japanese Grand Prix from F4. Yet another chapter, another twist in the story for the championship. It still can go to the last race. I can just sense it. It's still there. Oh, wonderful!
It will.
All be decided in Monaco.
It will.
There's going to be like 4 of you separated by a point or 2.
It'd be
something like that.
It could be like 2010 season. 4 people could win the championship on the last race.
Yeah.
Monaco. In Monaco. Why? Why do you have to do this to me?
Well, I think Monaco should be at the end anyway.
I'm just putting some drama to it anyway. So yeah, I agree with Bambo. We should every team should have Monaco as our last race.
In the night as well.
I don't think they'd like that. That.
F1 had
anyway.
their gun in it.
Anyway, let's wrap this up. So, yeah, that's been the Japanese Grand Prix for F4. That's all about drama. You don't know who's going to win. Ridiculous. But they will be back next week for Mexico. Can Mexico provide yet again? Well, if it's raining like that, which it has done before, I've been in that very race in Mexico, so that could be interesting. But we'll see. They'll be back next time on Wednesday. I mean, it'll be my birthday.
Happy birthday
stream.
to you.
And my birthday present to you would be a race victory.
I think if you get on the podium again, Raikkonen, you should sing Happy Birthday in Kimi Raikkonen's voice.
Oh my god.
Do you watch Junior?
Yes.
Happy birthday to you.
That sounds Viking rather than...
Happy birthday to you. Well, no, yeah, I'll work on it. But no, Junior, I'll take that bet on. If I'm on the podium next week, Brando, be prepared.
Rogers.
Oh no, I'm prepared.
Roger Rascal.
Right, we do have one more race for the Japanese Grand Prix, and that is the F3 race. That'll be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock start, so make sure you join us for that. Shout out to Falcon, but we could crown our first champion, I believe. So I'm hearing.
Yes, I do believe that RSF1 Hamilton can clinch it, can't he?
Yes, he can. So obviously, whoever is streaming that will tell you the implications. We could crown our first champion in RSF1 Hamilton in F3. So make sure you could join us potentially to have that happen. So that's that. After that, we got the podcast on Friday to take us through this week, and it's been a rough old week. It's been all over the place. We had, what was it, Sunday? Don't want to mention that too much. F1 was F1 was a good race yesterday. Then you had this. Good luck, Tom. I'm trying to describe all this.
Yeah.
And you got
When
F3.
does
F3 is going to
Tom
be like,
ever stump for words?
I don't know. Yeah. Thank you for everybody else, everybody that watched. Thank you for your company, Bamba. I think you did a very good job.
Thanks very much for letting me go company. It was fun.
Yeah. For your first time, definitely a very good job. Very confident in what you're saying. People in the chat were liking you, so all is good.
Thanks very much, everyone.
And we agreed on driver of the day, Quaker Oats, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So your top three today: Raikkonen in C McLaren, RSF1 Junior in the Haas, and Quaker Oats in C McLaren gets his second win of his short time career at the moment after Singapore. Driver of the day also go to Quaker Oats. So yeah, that has been the Japanese Grand Prix for Tier 4. Until next time, make sure you join us for the F3 race tomorrow. But yeah, until then, take care. Good night.